Welcome everybody in to the 2025 XCAL Racing Irwindale 333. We are here at Irwindale Speedway in Irwindale, California, and we are ready for some short track racing here in the street stocks. We're going 30% fuel here, no fast repairs, open setups, and for every incident point tonight, these drivers will owe 75 cents to the pot here tonight. 72 degrees, so cool temperatures here out in California, clear skies and a 6-mile-an-hour wind as we get set to go 333 laps around this half-a-mile track. In real life, this track unfortunately closed down, permanently closed down, but here in the virtual world of iRacing, you still get a taste of that short track action, and we will be on that outer oval here tonight as we look forward to calling this one. I am your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro on PGR eSports, and we're going to bring some of these drivers here up into the booth before we get set for green flag at about 8 p.m. Eastern time here tonight. In about 10 minutes from now, so 10 minutes from now, we will go to our grid as all these guys here tonight were able to qualify yesterday in their heat races. So we are going to see if we can get a word here with Jason Seams here tonight. So we're going to bring him up here into the booth and get a word with J-Dog himself. Jason Seams, you got a copy? Hey, it's a pleasure to be here as well. Thank you guys for inviting us back to call another great race here on the XCAL series. Yeah, we're going to bring you up to the booth here first. Your nickname, J-Dog, and it says you have a number of cars starting toward the front and towards the back this week, so obviously a car owner in this series. But unfortunately, all of your car numbers have 1 or 2 strikes towards a DQ this week. So can the defending car number owner champion overcome that challenge of having a lot of cars entered in the race where they all need to stay clean? That's the question for you up here in the tower.
Just got to make sure we don't bring out the caution and just be patient, and I think it'll be okay.
Quick, J-Dog, I had some audio issues there, so no one was hearing you. I want to reset this for our viewers here tonight. Sorry, we were doing a test broadcast earlier, and I was using my Discord, but real quick, we do have Jason J-Dog Seams up here in the tower. He is a car owner here in the XCAL series. And we were asking him a question. He's got a couple cars here, starting in the front, starting in the back here. But unfortunately, a lot of them have 1 or 2 strikes towards a DQ this week. So the question up here in the tower is, can J-Dog, as the defending car number owner champion, overcome that challenge of having a lot of cars entered into a race where they all need to stay clean?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. All of 6 cars I have in the race each have 1 strike towards disqualification. So if the caution's on any of our cars, we're DQ'd. So we just have to be easy, take our time and just use our heads, I think, and I think we'll be okay.
Well, J-Dog, good luck here tonight. I know you got some great new merchandise in the XCAL Racing web shop for all those viewers out there. Want to go check that out. So J-Dog, hope to see you back here in Victory Lane, get an interview with you later.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there, and I just want to give thanks to all the fans that watch this and the family, and to all the sponsors, XCAL Web Shop Racing Series, Admin Box, ButtKicker, Tri-E Inc. and the Cooler Crew, J-Dog's Carpentry, EPH Setups with Austin, who actually runs for me, Flamin' Karma Paint Shop, JT's Mobile's Pressure Washing, Sim Racer Hub, and just look to have a good race and hope everyone enjoy it.
All right, J-Dog, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you later, bud.
All right, thank you.
That was Jason J-Dog Seams, and we're going to see if we can get a word with Austin, the debt collector. Edwards, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, bud. Well, you start on pole tonight. It's going to be your 27th career pole, so a great stat right there for you. I believe you were the winner last week, where you pulled off a win at the Bull Ring of Austin. So you took the lead here in this series for the most valuable driver. So can you be 2025's first repeat winner and go back-to-back tonight?
Yeah, we're sure hoping so. It's been a bit of a toss-up this year. Luckily, we haven't left the top three yet, but haven't been in the winning circle as much as we wanted to be. So had some good redemption last week at the Bull Ring after a tough week of Five Flags the weekend before then. But we're looking pretty good this week. Irwindale's one of my good tracks. Obviously a lower car count than last week here, so should be a good showing. Just got to be patient like always here, and we're looking good. Just got to be patient, and with these leagues, there's always guys improving, finding ways to be better. So we're trying to do that same thing here. I think we got something good after last week, so we're going to carry the momentum, see what we can do.
All right, well, good luck tonight. Maybe we'll be talking to you in Victory Lane later tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was Austin, the debt collector Edwards. You see him here on track, getting some laps in of practice here tonight as he tries to get his street stock back in Victory Lane. The next man up here on the board, it's going to be Brent Meckes. Brent Meckes, you got a copy here tonight.
I hear you.
All right, well, he hears us. You lead the team championship by 20 points over last year's champion, Jeff Edgar, and Fastlane Motorsports. So it says right here your car numbers have the luxury of being some of the few that are not starting with a strike here tonight. Can you guys capital on this situation? If so, by what methods?
Well, we're going to try to capitalize on it. I know we just hired on another guy onto the team last week, Matt, and he finished third last week. So, and I know my object is to try to keep us in position up here, and track position is going to mean everything on this track. So the good thing is I only got two guys starting in the back, and we don't got any strikes. So on a track where anything can happen and we can go 6 wide, that's a good thing to have those in your pocket, where if they get caught up in something, they're going to be out.
Well, absolutely. Well, maybe if you get to Victory Lane here tonight, Brent, we'll be talking to you later on the broadcast. Good luck here tonight. You got 333 laps around this short track. We'll see if you can get that thing to Victory Lane.
Yeah, we're going to give it a try. Austin's going to be tough to beat, but we should be able to give it a try. I appreciate you putting on the broadcast, ButtKicker for sponsoring this, J-Dog's Carpentry, Admin Box, JT's Mobile Pressure Washing, Try E-Coolers, and of course the XCAL Web Shop. I don't know who's going to want to buy any of that Seams merch, but hey, it's there.
It is there. Maybe we'll see you later up here, Brent. You have a good race here tonight.
Hey, thanks, man. Have a good one.
That was Brent Meckes, and we are going to bring in another driver here tonight. His name is familiar. I've seen him run a PGR race or two back in the day. It's Jared Mogard, the 00. You got a copy?
Yeah, we got you, buddy.
All right, well, it says you've been on a hot streak here in 2025. You got a win and only one finish outside the top 10. You're currently 4th in the most valuable driver, and is a first-year car owner as well. It says here also you've been enjoying being in the business for yourself instead of racing as a hired shoe. So we should highlight the advantage of owning your own car or a small team here tonight. And we encourage all the people watching to get their own car number and get involved in the 2025 XCAL Racing Web Shop Series season. But Jared, what's it going to take here to get another win in this series here tonight? I know our first broadcast we did with you guys was at Charlotte. Yeah, look, that was the first race of the season. Looked like you had a good shot there. But what's it going to take to get it done here today on the half-mile track here at Irwindale?
Save more fuel than everybody else. I don't know. We've been working on it, trying to save fuel and run these fuel mileage races that we have here every week, and we've been doing a good job. Yeah, we've had a really good season so far. One finish outside the top 10, and that was a DNF. We just got caught up in somebody else's stuff and had nowhere to go, and just it was a bad night. But otherwise, yeah, it's been fun. Running for myself, and not having to deal with a toxic team owner like I did last year and things like that. And just it's nice. You own your own stuff, so you can make your own decisions, and you only have to answer to yourself. You don't have to answer to teammates or team owners or any of that stuff, and don't have to worry about getting paid and all those things that come with that. So it's been fun. Really enjoying it. Definitely one of the better decisions I've had. So hopefully there's somebody out there that's maybe thinking about it. Definitely would recommend it. It's a good group of guys. I mean, we raced hard, we raced clean, and at least for myself, there's been a lot of respect shown both ways, both by myself and by the fellow competitors in certain situations. So it's been good. So hopefully we can have another good run here tonight and run into the off week next week with some momentum.
All right, Jared. Well, good luck tonight. Hopefully, we'll talk to you in Victory Lane later tonight.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was Jared Mogard, and we only have a little bit of time here. We're going to bring in the King Matthew the Bear and Kyle Martin really quick. King Matthew the Bear, I know you guys are heading off the grid here shortly, but you haven't been able to make the Nuclear Bear sounds. It says that they're desiring to make the past few events. And after the bull ring, you emerged in the spotlight, second in the most valuable driver right there. So it says you're starting with 1 of 2 strikes towards DQ. What are you going to do tonight to get back on top of the rankings?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to be out here, be smooth, be consistent, hit marks, don't overdrive. That's going to be the main key points tonight because that's going to be a long race, and people are going to try to be very aggressive early. It's going to be about survival right then and there and being around at the end to try to make the move.
All right, well, we'll let you go. Go get it done tonight. Maybe we'll be talking to Victory Lane tonight.
Thank you, brother.
All right, that was King Matthew the Bear. And real quick, while we have Kyle Martin here, somehow, some way, I guess your McReckon is one of the few car numbers not starting with a penalty tonight. And we triple-checked this up here in the tower, and it is correct. What will you do here tonight, Kyle, to take advantage of the situation?
Well, you see now, since I don't have any penalties, and we're starting like 10th, I don't know how any of this happened. I've been gone for a week out in New Smyrna racing real cars, and yeah, so I guess we got some good track position starting up here. We don't have any penalties, so I'm kind of starting in the back. I guess we'll take some advantage of this and we'll go out there and win the thing.
All right, bud. We'll let you go get to the racing. Good luck here tonight. And that was our last word of the night. You see where we're going tonight. 330 laps here at Irwindale Speedway. All the cars gridding up right now. 30% fuel, no fast repair, open setups, 75 cents for every incident point here tonight. And we got the grid here really quick. It's going to be Austin Edwards leading them down here to the green flag. Ryan Seams will start on the outside row. In second for Bustin' at the seams, Matt Bear, the senior. Third here tonight, Brent Meckles will start fourth. Joe Campbell, fifth. Mogard, sixth. Matt Peletar, seventh. Stephen Rex in start eighth. Michael Saylor in ninth. Kyle Martin will start 10th. Jose Godino will start 11th. And Adam Gillian will start 12th. We'll try to rip through these real quick, get everyone in there fast as we can. It'll be starting in the 13th spot tonight. Gerard Lawrence, Travis Sukip will start 14th. Jeremy Root 15th. Arthur Hendren 16th. Jimmy Johnson 17th. Sean Patrick 18th. Sean Andrews 19th. J-Dog Seams 20th. Christian Roca 21st. And Steven Seams 22nd. We'll hide that as we get set to go green here at Irwindale Speedway. It sure is going to be a good race here tonight. And we'll see who is going to get it done here at Irwindale Speedway. Pace truck actually is off the track. All the cars coming outside number turn 4, and we are green from Irwindale. Two laps in of 333, and Austin Edwards right now the favorite to win tonight's race is checking out from the field. He's already got almost a half a second lead on Ryan Seams. We have a 22 car field here tonight in the XCAL Racing Series. This is the Irwindale 333 on PGR eSports. I am your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro. It's just under a half a mile track here at Irwindale Speedway. We are on the outer oval surface here. You see the rubber chunks flying up and down here as all these cars shredding some rubber early. They are going to fan out a little bit farther back, and we have our first caution of tonight's race. Matt Pelletier crashed, Sean Andrews, Arthur Hendren involved as well, as we're going to have to go find the replay of this one to see what's going to bring out the first yellow of tonight's race. We're going to slow it down for you guys right here. We'll see if we can get a view of this one. You're riding here with the 77 of Matt Pelletier from Randleman, North Carolina, and he's going to get up and into the 63. It's a possible net code situation there. The 63 is going to go up the racetrack just a little bit, but Matt Pelletier right now, he's going to spin out here on the bottom, and that's what's going to bring out the first caution of tonight's race. He's sliding up the racetrack here. Here comes the 8 all the way to the wall. 39 is going to dive down. Here comes the 20, and here's the big wreck. The 88 and the 37 hard. The 37 is going to come out with the most damage there. That is Arthur Hendren. Front end damage to that street stock right there, and wow, that is not the start Arthur was looking for tonight. You can see that front bumper just bouncing up and down off the racing surface. And that is going to be quite a bit of damage tonight to fix for Arthur Hendren. And a bad start for him. We're going to rewind this thing back one more time for our viewers here. And we'll see what we saw out of the cockpit of Arthur Hendren. This is in real time and just nowhere to go. Here's the 77, hard on the brakes and right into the 77. And that might be a tough obstacle to overcome here tonight for Arthur Hendren. Back up front here are your leaders. Matt Bear Sr. is currently your leader as we are pacing around here tonight. We are going to take you high above the speedway right now and try to bring our viewers some of the most valuable driver standings in the current moment before we go back green here. And there you see them right there on your screen. Austin Edwards, your race favorite here tonight. He is your leader here right there. Matt Bear second, Adam Gilliant third, Jared Mogard fourth, and Travis Sukup right now is scored in fifth on that as we get set to go back green right now. We'll get to more of those a little bit later. But back to green flag racing we go. And we'll try to start this one over. Almost 10 laps in here tonight. As the green flag back out for the second time here tonight at Irwindale. You see the smoke coming out of the pipes on the side there. Heavy braking into turn number 1 here. It's the 57 of now Matt Bear Sr. We had a great talk with him before the race. He's going to lead. Here comes the 70 right there. That's going to be Steven Rex out of Illinois right now. He is in second place here, and he is digging for some more here on the outside of the racetrack. Inside of him, here comes Austin Edwards back to the front here. Man, they are really riding that yellow line down here into turn number 1. Austin Edwards, the winningest all-time driver here in XCAL, trying to get it done again here tonight. A little bit farther back here in the 4th position, Gerard Lawrence in a beautiful looking 27 right there, that Mind Warp design. And man, that thing looks sharp. He is digging hard here on the top lane of this racetrack. You can see them dive off into turn number 1. Some on the bottom, some way up the racing groove, right about those hashes as they come off turn number 2. And they're going to funnel back to each other here on the backstretch. But right when you get into turns, man, they are so far apart onto the bottom of the racetrack, almost at that yellow line. Brett Meckes right now, he is shown in the 5th position. I like to go through all the drivers here early in the race, get them all featured before we get into the latter stages of the race. Right now, it's Ryan Seams from West Paris, Maine. Flying Ryan, they call him. They're in the 131, being scored in the 6th position. Just behind him, that's Adam Gillian. Ooh, trading a little paint right there with the 10 of Kyle Martin. That's Kyle Martin with the pass here down low. Power move there for Martin as he looks for some more right there. He looks like he's driving a really good line. Joe Campbell now being scored 9th. He's in the 63 machine from Northfield, Vermont. Rounding out your current top 10, that's Jimmy Johnson from Queensbury, New York. And now Michael Saylor just able to pass him into the top 10. Sean Andrews right now being scored in the 12th position. And Travis Sukup, him and Sean trading paces right now. Whoa, you see that big move right there from Jimmy Johnson. Jared Mogard, we got to talk to him a little bit earlier. He's being scored in the 14th position in that 00. 3 wide almost here, right here in the front stretches. Jared looks to go to the outside. And, man, they are racing hard here in the back. Cristiano Rocco getting a full view of that one, as is Sean Patrick in the 7. Jose Godino in the 20. He is trying to make some moves up from the back. J-Dog Seams got a word with him early as well, trying to save some tire early. It looks like he actually was involved in that first wreck. Some damage to the front end here of J-Dog. Matt Pelletar off the track, as is Steven Seams and Arthur Hendrick. So all those guys right now have some issues, but Austin Edwards to the point here at Irwindale, looking very strong in the early going. We appreciate everyone from XCAL Racing letting PGR eSports cover another one of their races. The first one was a blast, and so far, tonight we have some really good racing here. There is Jeremy Root. Jeremy Root right now side by side with the 7. We're going to try to show you guys some whatever's exciting here on the track, and you will try to get that. There's Jared Lawrence in the 27, and right now all these guys getting it on here on the short track. You see from above here on the blimp, half-a-mile track. As most of it's single file, we do have some side-by-side action here. This will be a better view of a lot of that racing surface, as you can see them really fan out in both turns 1 and 2 and turns 3 and 4. And right now you see Matt Bear Sr. digging and digging, trying to get back up to the lead, being scored in 3rd right now. Here comes Edwards and Rex, 1st and 2nd. Gerard Lawrence 4th. Brett Meckes making up your top 5, and we are racing back here for the 6th position as we come down here. And you can see right there the 12 and the 10 racing really hard. That's Kyle Martin and Adam Gilliatt. And right in that bottom lane right there, and you could just see, ooh, side by side right now, a little bit loose as they are bumping each other's doors here. That's going to open up the door for that 12 of Adam Gilliatt. And there he comes right there, looking for some action. You see those brake rotors glowing, getting very hot here, braking heavy into turn number 1 and turn number 3 as he's stalking the 10 and the 131 right now. Nice to see everyone in the chat. Danny Barnes, a name I am familiar with. Glad I'm sounding good. We did a lot of prep here for tonight's race. These two side by side still. It's the 10 and the 131. As you see them racing very hard. They're catching Meckes every single lap here, but that side by side racing is just going to benefit all the guys in front of them here. And the 10 back down to the bottom as they come off the turn side by side. The 131 has the momentum down here, and we'll see if he can cut the nose off the 10 here. He is going to stay out front. We are almost 30 laps into this 333 lap race here from Irwindale Speedway in California. Out front, your leader. He is the man to beat here tonight. Austin Edwards in the 18. Want to thank all our sponsors here tonight. J-Dogs Carpentry. Very much appreciate J-Dog for sponsoring and helping out this series. We also have Admin Box on board here tonight. Admin Box, to see them highlighted in the top right of your screen for the duration of the race. Tri-E Cooler Crew is a sponsor of tonight's race as well from Irwindale. And a big shout out to Tri-E Cooler Crew. PGR eSports covering the race here tonight. I am your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro. And as we said before, we do very much appreciate everyone from XCAL having us. We are going to turn up the volume for the cars just a bit. And let me know, Danny Barnes, if that's better. If not, we'll go up a tad bit more. Street stocks seem to be a little bit quieter than what we are used to. And when we do get another caution here tonight, we'll get you the Rookie of the Year standings, the team standings, the owner standings, and some more of the most valuable driver. A little bit different here at a short track. Don't have as much time. And we ran out a little bit of time as we went a little bit over in our driver interviews earlier here tonight. And we'll take you a ride around the racetrack with your leader. It's Austin Edwards. And you can get a really good picture of the racing line here as he is starting to get to a lapped car, which business will be picking up here as we get closer and closer to Austin Edwards, getting up to the lap traffic here. Doing a great job right now. Jared Mogard, the man on the move, now in the 10th position, stalking the 9 of Matt Saylor here early. Jared Mogard on the move from the back of this pack. Here is Adam Gilliott. Man, they've been in a battle here, sawing on the wheel here with the 10 of Kyle Martin, Ryan Seams, Brett Meckes. I mean, these guys right here, including Gerard Lawrence. I mean, it's a 4-5 car pack. Ooh, loose right there in front. That's Ryan Seams, very loose here on the top of the racetrack. You see all the rubber building up near the wall. And wow, the slide job by the 12, a great view right there as Ryan Seams. Man, this is a heck of a race and a heck of a battle right here between these guys. The 12 and the 131. Racing really hard here early, but advantage 12 car as Gilliott right now. Power move on that 131. He's going to be looking for some more as he goes after Kyle Martin here. Back up front, it's still Austin Edwards, but Steven Rex right now in that 70 machine is getting closer and closer to the rear bumper of the 18. So we'll see if he can make a move here early in this race. Remember, we are at 30% fuel here tonight. So these guys will have to come down pit road eventually. We'll see what that pit window does look like. And there's the speeds for you right there. We're riding with Steven Rex there in second place. Gonna get down to the low 80s here in the corner, off the corner, all the way up to 90, all the way to the end of the backstretch, about 95 miles an hour here. And right there, you see it dive all the way down to about 77 miles an hour in turns 1 and 2. A little bit faster here on this side of the racetrack, turns number 3 and 4 on exit here to the start-finish line. So really good shot of the speed of these street stocks here at Irwindale. So far, only one caution here tonight, and that was early in the race. Some guys off racing surface right now. That's Arthur Hendren, the 37. He just had way too much damage to continue racing here tonight. We have the 99 of Steven Seams going down a lap. So Seams down a lap now. Matt Pelleter as well. As we stay green here, we'll get a little race break at lap number 50. I am by myself here in the booth tonight, so bear with me as we get through this race together. And we will try to catch all the live pit stops here tonight. Little gyro cam action here with your race leader. Perfect weather here in California for this one. Clear skies. And you can see the tire wear right now, wearing these cars out, as well as their racing lines. This will be a good vantage, be a little far chase here with your leader Edwards, and you can really see here up on the wall, coming off the wall, arcing down into the corner, gonna hit this white line with his left side tires, back up to the wall here, and to the yellow line here in this turn. So it's different racing lines on both sides of this track right now, as you see here from your race leader, and that's really goes to show he is hitting his marks here early and often. As we have finally gotten single file a little bit farther back, as the 12 still works on the 10 machine. You see the 66 right there of Mekis working hard on Lawrence. These are the battles right now on your racetrack. And that's positions 4 through 7. We talked a little bit about Jared Mogard making his way through the field. He is now comfortably inside the top 10, showing up in the 9th position. Finally was able to pass Jeremy Root. So Jared Mogard right now on the move in that 00. And he is looking for some more. The longer run this goes, it looks like he has the long run speed capable of tracking down not only the top 5, but possibly giving your race leader Edwards and Rex here tonight a race for their money. The two leaders right now, Edwards and Rex, they are separated by less than a half a second. So right now, both of them putting down some really fast laps here. And we will get a quick break here as we hear a word from our sponsors here on the PGR eSports Network. Back here at Irwindale Speedway, 64 laps in of 333. Your leader still Austin Edwards. We had a single car spin. When we were on break, we stayed green flag racing. And we're going to try to bring up that most valuable driver positioning right now. It's going to be Austin Edwards. He is your leader. $551 so far for him on the season. Matthew Baer, second. Adam Gilliott, third. Mogard, fourth. Travis Sukup, fifth. You see the rest of the field there. Brett Meckes, Ryan Seams, Jeremy Gilliott, Stephen Rex, Gerard Lawrence, Joe Campbell, Matt Pelletier, John Freely, Jeremy Root, and James Johnson. That's your top 15 right now. Most valuable drivers here in the series. We'll show you the rest of the list. Drivers 16th through 32nd here on the season. Not everyone racing here tonight. We do have a field of 22. 32 drivers currently racing for the most valuable driver award. As you see all the names right there. Bring you back down trackside here. We'll show you some of the owners' points, team points, and rookie of the year later tonight when we do have another second. But let's get you back down live to the track as your leader still Austin Edwards, as Stephen Rex still tracking him down. And man, they are just mimicking lap times right now. Last lap for Edwards, 19.76, and the last lap for Rex, a 19.75. So that's how close these two right now are. So if we do get a caution here at some point and bunch them back up, it'll be really interesting to see what they'll do on fresh tires here. But they are just, I mean, you could just see it right there, how close, in fact, they are on the racetrack. Matt Baer Sr. a little bit farther back. He is being scored in the third position. Matthew Baer Sr. of Fast Lane Motorsports. Car owner Jeff Edgar. He is the king of XCAL. King Matthew the Bear. He entered 2025 with 111 career starts, 8 wins, 54 top 5 finishes, 79 top 10 finishes. He is your all-time leader there. Driver in 2021. He drove for Austin Edwards, who unfortunately is trying to track down tonight in 2023. He drove for Jason Seams in 2024 and Jeff Edgar here in 2025. He boasts wins in XCAL's Racing the highest purse event ever, $3,000 plus. 9th win in 2025 XCAL Racing 420, powered by ButtKicker. Huge crash with Austin Edwards after the checkers. His 15th career pole at Rockingham, finished second to Edwards. So a really great career here for Matt Baer, the senior out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, as he is now all over the back bumper here of Kyle Martin. Kyle Martin in your 10 car here tonight. Kyle Martin driving for Vortex Sim Sports, owned by Dylan York. He's got a win at Rockingham back in 2023, a third at Five Flags in Iowa in 2024. And, man, yeah, we'll see if he can get it done here tonight in the 10. And in third place right now here from Southington, Connecticut, doing a great job making his way here to the front. A little bit farther back, it's the 27 of Gerard Lawrence, team owner Fastlane Motorsports, and Jeffrey Edgar. First career win came at Bristol, and here's the pit stops right here for the 27 of Gerard Lawrence. And his first win at Bristol in 2024, entered 25 with 7 prior starts, 1 win at 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s. Involved in a crash at Rockingham that eliminated 4 cars owned by Jason Seams, but here he's getting fresh Hoosier tires and Sunoco Racing fuel. So right now, Gerard Lawrence in here about 78 laps in. Here's your race leader. We'll see if he comes in as well soon. But green flag pit stops have started here. Jose Godino here in the 14th position. And you see him carrying the blue and black here in that Camaro, fighting for position here. We have all sorts of action right now here. We'll see if we can go down pit lane here. See if we can get some guys coming in the race, or coming here to pit lane. Excuse me, apologize for some of that. Travis Sukup now here. He is on pit lane, as we still await our leader Edwards to make a dash onto pit road himself. 82 laps in, those Hoosier tires getting worn out every lap that goes by. Kyle Martin, we have word he might be in taking service right now as well. And there he comes, Kyle Martin in from the third position as he comes into his stall. Man, those brake rotors are glowing, as he will take Hoosier tires, 4 sets of Hoosier tires there, and he will also get that Sunoco Racing fuel. Here comes the 45 out of the pit box as well. So we'll see how this all cycles out. I believe Adam Gilliant as well, just learning some of these names. He's on pit lane, as is the 20 of Godino. There goes, I believe, the 66 getting off pit lane. Joe Campbell as well. Steven Seams now on pit lane. Here's Ryan Seams. He's still on the racetrack. A lot to keep up with here right now, as green flag stops happening here anywhere between, started with around lap 74. We are now at lap 86. Matt Bear Sr. right now almost 5 seconds behind race leader Austin Edwards. Jared Mogard 8 seconds behind. So those 3 guys have not yet pit. So we have 3 cars on the racetrack. Edwards, Matt Bear Sr., and Mogard yet to pit here tonight. So we'll see how much longer these guys decide to go on these old tires. You see the 12 right there. He's going to be on fresh Hoosier rubbers right there. He's going to have a lot more speed here than your race leader, as is the 131 of Ryan Seams. So we'll see how long these guys can go on these old tires. Here up in the top 3, it looks like Matt Bear, he's in pit lane right now. So Matt Bear taking service. You see it right there, left side tires as well for that JT's pressure washing machine. So he had enough staying out there. Now Jared Mogard, he's now going to be scored in second right now. And I'll tell you what, these guys are looking for a caution, because it's going to put a lot of guys a lap down here. And they are going to stay out, as is Edwards here. And you see all the guys now at least a couple laps down. And that's because Edwards and Mogard are going longer here on this really long green flag run. We had a caution early in the race. But right now, it's Mogard in second and Edwards in first. And Edwards coming down the pit lane now. So here's Edwards. And we'll see if he lost any time to second and third, as he comes in for service here. And right now, we'll see how this all blends. Here's Jared Mogard. Now he's just scored as your race leader. Now he's praying and hoping for a caution. But it's a good strategy. You never know what can happen. You get that yellow, you play this long strategy, you see all the rubber all over the track. And here comes Jared Mogard. He will be your last to pit here. Just couldn't make it any longer. 92 laps in. And Jared Mogard now coming down for service. Be sure not to slide through your box here on these old Hoosier tires, as he gets safely into his box. And the Jackman getting that right side of his street stock up and taking 4 tires here, and yes, sir, it is Tyler Vickery. You know, I had a interview earlier in this race, and there was somebody I interviewed. I wish I could remember his name. I'll try to do that. And he was at the same speedway you race at, Tyler, so you probably know him. I don't know. I don't know if it was Travis or someone else, but there was somebody in here that, sure enough, races at your speedway down there, New Smyrna. Nice to see you out here in the chat. Yeah, we'll have to get that information here tonight eventually for you. I'll have to go back to our pre-race interviews. We had some pre-race interviews done here tonight, and one of these men were racing at your track, and I meant to ask him in an interview if he knew you. So there's definitely some guys here that you may know, Tyler. And right now, here's where we stand. It's going to be Gerard Lawrence, your new race leader. Steven Rex, though, hot on the back bumper of the 27. And we have 3 cars right now. Lawrence, Rex, and Edwards, all within 0.3 of a second here. But you would think right here, and here they come, it's Steven Rex here, just ahead of Edwards. But Edwards has the freshest tires out of all 3 of these drivers, as he did stay out on the racetrack longer. Gave up a little bit time, but the 70 and the 27 have been on the track wearing down their tires a little bit. So you're going to have to assume here the 18 has a little bit more speed, but now he is in a little bit dirtier of air, and we'll see if Rex can hold off the 18 of Edwards. Edward has been the class of this field. This is the action here on the track. And a power move to the top of the racetrack for Edwards. Side by side here, coming off the turn. And this is some hard racing. It looks like the 70 might give up the spot. We will see to Edwards. And now Edwards looks like he will have that spot, as he will now work on the 27 of Lawrence and try to assume the lead back here. So some great racing up front. I'd love to get you up here in the booth one night for an XCAL race, Tyler Vickery. It'd be a good time. I know you probably know these cars a lot better than me. I do come from PGR eSports, and we specialize in super speedway racing. But glad to call my first short track race here tonight. The more I get to learn, the better I will become, as there he goes. It's Austin Edwards back to the point here at Irwindale. Just over 100 laps in. And here is the man you're looking for. It's Travis Sukup. And he is driving for Team Ridin' Dirty. Owner Brent Meckes. He enters 2025 with 29 prior Web Shop Series starts. His first career win came at 5 flags this season. So a win under the belt for the 45. We'll see if Travis Sukup can get that thing to victory lane tonight. We'll need some help, being scored in the 12th position right now. But yeah, keep those 4 tires on there. You give yourself a chance later in the race. We'll see if he can make his way through the field. Talked about him a lot here tonight. He's riding in the 5th position. That is going to be Adam Gilliatt of Stimulus Wrecking, and he is the team owner. 3rd at Lucas Oil Raceway, 3rd at Thompson, and 2nd at Oxford in 2023. He's got 13 career top 10s and 1 pole entering the 2025 season. He started the XCAL Racing 420, powered by ButtKicker on the outside pole, and finished in 2nd. Was 3rd at Rockingham and 2nd at 5 Flags. So a very capable driver of getting it done here tonight. You could find just a little bit more speed in that 12 machine. Look for Gilliatt here to be a factor as we get into the later stages of this race. We'll run you through a little bit more. Steven Rex here in second, and he has been in second most of the night, and so far has nothing for race leader Edwards. But he is going to keep on digging here in lap traffic for Riding Dirty, the 2023 Dash Series champion. His first victory in 2024 at Thompson is in his 80th career start. He won the 2024 season finale by dodging the big one at the end, and won preseason event number 2 at Darlington. So Rex looking for a win here in the XCAL Racing Web Shop Series out of Illinois. And you could just see all the rubber on the bottom of this racetrack, all the rubber up against the wall in the turns, and just a lot of rubber falling off of these tires the longer we go. We have only had one caution here tonight. It's been really good racing all around by all these guys here. Gerard Lawrence now fighting hard with the lap car, the 63 there of Joe Campbell. So Gerard Lawrence, talked a little about him earlier. We'll see if he can make his way through this field. Matt Bear Sr. is going to drop right back to 6th place here right now, as he gets closer and closer to the back bumper of Gilliatt. Looks like he's saving just a little bit of tire here. This is the Matt Bear Sr. Ryan Seams behind him in the 7th position. Team busting at the seams, his brother Jason, I believe, team owner. In 2024, he was 3rd in the XCAL Racing 420 after starting 2nd. 2025, he was the pole for that race, finished 5th. He enters 2025 with 1 win, 19 top 5s, 51 top 10s, and a pole. 103 starts here, 86 consecutive, and he is 6th in those MVD rankings, which we showed you earlier. Brett Meckison, the 66 from Allentown, behind him for Team Riding Dirty. He is the car owner, 2nd at Phoenix. Ties career best at Kansas back in 23. He is a new team owner here in 2025. As a driver, Brent has 70 starts, 13 top 5 finishes, 29 top 10s, and a pole entering this season. He's 3rd at USA after a brief wheel disconnect under yellow. He is making a name for making a name for himself this year. His first win as a car owner came at 5 Flags with driver Travis Suckup. And that had to feel good. I know might not be a win for him in his car, but it's a win for his team in a car he owns. So still got to celebrate that one there. So Travis getting the job done for Brent earlier in the season. Strong showing here so far tonight. That's Jeremy Root in the 8. And for some reason, we're not have notes on Jeremy here tonight, but Jeremy doing a great job battling just inside the top 10. We spoke about Jared Mogard earlier. This is his first year as a team owner. First win of 2025 came at USA over Edwards, who is your leader here tonight. He's 2nd to Edwards at the bull ring. So Mogard looking for a win. He was the 2024 Dash Series champion. He was DQ'd at the end of the Web Shop Series after intentional wrecking Octavio Rondoletto at the Legends Oval. There is good old Travis as he is in 11th right now, just outside the top 10. Jimmy Johnson a little bit farther back from Queensbury, New York, in the 39 machine, being scored in 12th. Driving for Fastlane Motorsports and Jeff Edgar, he is 22nd in the MVD rankings in 2023. Career best second at Bristol in 23. Pole back in 24 for the XCAL Racing 420. He was 13th in the MVD rankings in 24. Unfortunately, the first race of the season in the 420 at Charlotte, he was out early, caught up in a wreck, and unfortunately for James, looking for a first win on this season, as he right now scored in the 12th position. Michael Saylor, he is a rookie vying for Rookie of the Year in his Vortex Sim Sports, owned by Dylan York. And this would be a good time to maybe pull up those Rookie of the Year standings. So we'll take you high above here, Irwindale Raceway. Bring up those Rookie of the Year standings. Gerard Lawrence on the top. Right now, way ahead of second place is Jeremy Root. Brandon Kiger third. Nicole Riesel fourth. Derek Durkis fifth. Charles Joplin sixth. Michael Saylor, just we're watching him race around the racetrack, seventh. J.R. Tanksley eighth. And Kyle St. Jean right now being scored in the ninth position for Rookie of the Year. Here are your team points. Right now in sixth place, that's Vortex Motorsports, owned by Dylan York, 110 points. In fifth position from Stimulus Wrecking, it's Adam Gillion's team with 310. Flaming Karma of Racing's in fourth, owned by Gerald Poole with 340 points. And in third position right now, Bustin' at the Seams, owned by Jason Seams with 420. They are tied with Fastlane Motorsports, owned by Jeff Edgar, with 420. 20 points ahead of them. On top of the team leaderboard, it is Ridin' Dirty owner Brett Meckes with 440 points. So that is your team standings here. We'll bring the owner's standings out a little bit later tonight. We'll try to get through some of our sponsors again. ButtKicker, not a sponsor of this race, but a proud sponsor of this series, including the 420 at Charlotte that started the season. Big shout out to Jade Dogs Carpentry as well. Top right of your ticker tonight, you've seen Admin Box, so shout out to Admin Box here as well. Tri-E Cooler Crew, our fourth sponsor here of the night. Tri-E Cooler Crew, big shout out to them and all the sponsors here at XCAL. Thanks to them, we are able to go racing here. And we are on the PGR eSports Network. I'm your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro. You see a car pitting here high above the Goodyear blimp here at Irwindale Speedway in California for 333 laps of action. We'll get to another race break shortly, but get you back down here track side. Go back to the front here. It's going to be your leader still on the night, Fight and Laugh Traffic. It's the 18 Austin Edwards. Steven Rex now 2.5 seconds behind. So Edwards right now is checking out from this field. And he has been the class of the field since we dropped the green flag, as we get closer and closer to the halfway point of tonight's race. And it is interesting to watch the lines running on the bottom. But the top line seems to be a little bit more forgiving on the tires. So we've seen your race leader in some of the turns go to the yellow and the other turn go to the white. So he is hitting all his marks here tonight, but that rubber's building up heavily on the bottom of the racetrack. So right there you see the rubber not so bad, but in that racing groove, you got to watch out for those marbles. You'd have to expect it to get a little bit loose. And you want to keep those tires as clean as you can here. You should be getting some green flag stops again here shortly. We had some differing strategies on that first long run. Here is a great shot of the backstretch here, coming off turn number 2. And we'll do a, you know what? We'll do a great here. We'll have a crank it up here at Irwindale Speedway. That was a crank it up here from Irwindale Speedway. Hope all our viewers enjoyed that one so far. It's been a great race. Only one caution here in the early going. We are 145 laps of 333, inching closer and closer to the halfway point of tonight's race. It's all Austin Edwards in the lead right now. Over a 3-second lead to Steven Rex, Gerard Lawrence third, Kyle Martin fourth, and rounding out your current top 5 is going to be Matt Bear Sr. as we go back down to the track right here. You see that 57 of Matt Bear Sr. we talked to before this race. He is digging right now, 5th position as we keep inching closer, not just to the halfway point, but to green flag stops. And don't forget, Austin Edwards, he stayed out very long, as did Jared Mogard. Those two right there stayed out the longest on tires, and it didn't miss a beat for Austin Edwards as he's still able to be out there in front of this one. Jared Mogard a little bit farther back, side by side with the 99 of Steven Seams, who is a lap down right now. So Mogard still up here in the top 10, in the 10th position, and he will see if he can stretch this out longer as well. There's definitely going to be a lot of strategy involved in this, but right now Mogard and race leader Edwards have the most fuel and have the freshest tires. So we'll see as this race progresses what they so choose to do here. Brett Meckes right now in the 66, side by side with the 63 and the 8. He is racing the 8 for position. That is Jeremy Root. So the 63 right now, that is Joe Campbell. He is down a lap. So right now, that is the battle for position is between the 66 and the 8 of Root. As right there, you see the 63 into the wall just a little bit. That is Campbell. So a little bit of a scrape there on the right side for Campbell. And just ahead of them, that's, ooh, there's Suck Up right there. Let's go back right there if we can to Jeremy Root, as he did get past Brett Meckes there for position. Root now to 7th as he looks to now track down the 12 of Adam Gilliott. So some really hard racing back here for position in this race, and you're going to want to make up as many spots as you can. Cristiano Roca tonight being scored in the 14th position. See if we can catch Sean Andrews. Unfortunately, right now being scored back in the 19th position. Sean Andrews racing for Bustin' at the Seams and Jason Seams. He's never won a feature event here, but he has won a preseason event number 3 at Charlotte. He is making his 108th career start tonight and his 70th consecutive start. So he is an Ironman, true Ironman here in the XCAL series. And that is Sean Andrews. Steven Seams tonight. We'll see with Steven Seams. He is on pit lane. They're in the 99. Racing for Jason there. 2024 rookie year was a rough one, unfortunately. 36th in the MVD, 16th in the Rookie of the Year standings. He's looking to gain some more experience, stay out of trouble here on the 2025 season. Brewing with Gerard Lawrence and Jimmy Johnson after the Rockingham crashed. And he crashed out early at USA off a bump from Scott Gilliott. So Seams here tonight. Looks like he's going to have to make up a lot of ground. Sean Patrick, a guy we haven't talked too much about tonight. Here he is in the 7, the Rex's Garage white and red machine out of Gresham. He is driving for Jeff Edgar of Fastlane Motorsports. First career top 5 as a driver. Came at Nashville back in 2023. He's got 1 win as an owner in 23 as well. Turns in 25 as a part-time driver for Jeff Edgar and finished 3rd at Southern National back in 2024. That is Sean Patrick. He's on pit lane. Joe Campbell from Northfield, Vermont right now. He has been jockeying for position here inside the top 10, being scored right now in 9th here in the 63 for Bustin' at the Seams. He won Atlanta back in 2023. He won the season opening XCAL Racing 420 for 2 times in 3 years back in 22 and 24. He was 3rd in the season finale after a large crash on the final lap back in 2024. So we'll see if Joe Campbell can make his way through the field. Here he comes down onto pit lane. So an awesome shot here of Campbell. So he will get into his box and take on 4 fresh Hoosier tires and some more Sunoco Racing fuel. As green flag stops again here. And I bet you it'll be Edwards and Mogard staying out the longest on this run, as they did in the first run. As you can see, Mogard climbing up the charts. And Campbell's here taking service. Mogard now being scored in that 4th position, and that is because we have another round of green flag stops. We had guys coming in at about 75, 80 laps in, as well as close to 100. So there's going to be a gap here with a lot of these cars, and we will see how it all shapes up. Still out front, your race leader, Austin Edwards. He was the second to last to pit on the long run after the first caution. And Mogard stayed out the longest. So watch those two right now here, as we will see what their strategy is here. Austin Edwards races for Bustin' at the Seams, Jason Seams. He was the 22 and 23 car owner champions, the 23 most valuable driver in the top floppa. Leads XCAL in all-time wins with 32 wins. Driving in 25 for the 2024's car owner champion Jason Seams. He enters this season with 31 wins, 54 top 5, 61 top 10s, and 67 starts. So incredible stats here for Edwards. He has 24 poles, 3rd in 2025 XCAL Racing 420. He had a huge crash with race winner after the checkers. First one of 2025 came at Rockingham, which was his 32nd career win. So still chasing that 33rd win. 25th career pole came at USA. And 2nd at USA but was disappointed, avoided the barrels on pit road, third at 5 flags. Pole for XCAL's inaugural event at the Bullring and the win, and a pole for Irwindale here tonight. That is your race leader, class of the field, Austin Edwards. Matt Bear Sr. has stayed out as well. We'll see when he decides to pit. 170 laps now in the 57 machine. Has creeped up to the 2nd position. And the scoring monitor will be jumbled up just a little bit as a lot of these guys have made their 2nd round of pit stops here tonight. We are on a 30% tank of fuel. There is Brent Meckes now on pit lane. That's why you see him diving down the charts as well. He's in for service and out. Brent Meckes going to blend back in on the racetrack. Jason Seams having a little bit of rougher night from West Paris, Maine. We got a word with him earlier tonight as well. He is the car owner here at Bussin' at the Seams. 2024 car owners champion. He won the 2025 preseason event, number 1 at the Bullring. Sat pole for the preseason event, number 3 at Charlotte. And a proud car owner for tonight's leader, Austin Edwards. Well, we've been through most of tonight's notes for this race. And we are cooking here at Irwindale with only 1 caution so far. And we will see, actually, if we can get up our ticker here. Now that we have, there you go. Now you can see the ticker here on the left portion of your screen. And that'll get a really good viewpoint here of all the cars that have pit. And here comes your race leader, Austin Edwards. So Edwards coming down for the 2nd time here tonight. Mogard still on the track, and they are keeping up consistency with staying out the longest. So it's going to be Edwards and Mogard yet again with freshest tires and the most amount of fuel. And we'll see if that changes anything as we get deeper and deeper into this race and we stay green. Edwards is taking service. There is Mogard. Look for him to come in next. And there he comes. So Mogard going to follow suit. Not going to keep it out there any bit longer. Edwards still in his pit box. And we'll see him peeling back off and onto the track. Remember, after our first round of green flag stops, he was not your leader. He cycled back to the 3rd position. But it didn't take him long to get back to that top spot. And once he got there, he did not move. There's the 88 around him. That is not for position. Here goes Edwards. So we'll see here if he cycles right back out to the 1st place position. Steven Rex, actually, he's going to keep this car out longer. So a little bold strategy here for the 70 of Rex. Here's Austin Edwards, 9.5 seconds behind. But he's going to be on really fresh tires here, so we'll see how this ends up. And I'm wondering if Rex already came down for service, because I don't think the gap would just be 9 seconds here, because Rex was running up in the top 3 unless something happened. He should be way out farther. Maybe Rex had a different pit strategy which got him this lead, but you're going to see that shrink really quickly with Edwards now here on fresh tires, so we'll have to get word exactly how that's going to shape out. But Steven Rex right now being scored your leader here in the 70 all over the back bumper of Gilliatt. As we bring back the ticker up on your screen. We'll keep an eye here on the 70 machine as he looks to go around the 12 here And that he does here on the backstretch and into turn number 3. He's going to keep it up by the white hash marks here, the 12 all the way down to the bottom. Here comes the 57 and tow side by side here to the start finish line. It's the 70 right now to the point here, Steven Rex. As you see, Edwards already making a dent into that lead, more than a second now. Lawrence in 3rd, Martin 4th, and Seams in 5th. And Clear Sailing now in front for the 70. Some really hard racing here with Matt Bear Sr. as well. As we just try to figure out what the strategy is here for your race leader. Because right now he is getting raced hard by Matt Bear Sr. side by side. That's going to take some speed away from the 70. And some really good racing here. We'll go up in the blimp. We will take a quick race break here on the PGR eSports Network. This is the XCAL Web Series Shop 2025, the Irwindale 333. Back here at Irwindale Raceway, and it is Steven Rex to the point, leading laps ahead of who has dominated this race in Austin Edwards, who is 6.6 seconds behind. And this all had to be done with strategy here tonight. Rex right now, your leader over Edwards. So this is only heating up some drama here as we get close to 200 laps in. We are past halfway, so we are getting closer and closer to the end of this one as every lap goes by. You see Rex right now fighting and navigating heavy lap traffic in front, and we have a spin right in front of Rex, and the caution is going to come out for the second time tonight. And just as we were on the cockpit of Rex, wow, we couldn't have had a better onboard camera for that one, as your race leader saw it right from the front windshield there. And let's go back here to see what started this wreck. And wow, you could just see all the rubber on the racetrack. But here's the 99 and the 9. Seams here on the top. Sailor here in the middle. The 24 on the bottom. That is Cristiano Roca. Roca's going to come up the track. Oh, and is he going to get into the 9 just a little bit? I'm not sure. And the 9's going to go up into the 99, come back down, cut the nose off the 24. That's going to bring out the second caution here to the night. 24 has nowhere to go. 9's on the brakes. Here comes your race leader, the 70 of Steven Rex. And he has nowhere to go but hit the brakes. And yeah, he's going to have some left front damage there. So your race leader, some damage to the left front of his machine. And man, that's just bad luck. Wrong place, wrong time for Rex. Heavy lap traffic. We were just saying it there in the cockpit view, as that brings out the second caution of the night. As all these guys now on pit lane, most of them. Austin Edwards, though, he's going to assume the race lead here. And a tough break for Rex. 200 laps now, 3:33. Second caution of the night. We have had some very clean racing, but we'll see if cautions breed cautions here in the later stages. And while we have a moment, we'll get you the last bit of information you guys need here tonight. And that is the owners. And right there it is Jason Seams, car owner of Austin Edwards, 900 points. They are in first. Second is team owner Jeff Edgar and driver Matthew Bear with 824. Third is owner Adam Gilliot, and, well, Adam Gilliot, the driver as well, 807 points. Jared Mogard, for Jared Mogard, he is 776. Mekis as well, team owner for himself, 746. Mekis again, that'll be driver Steven Rex. And that is for the 6th position. And you see the rest of them all on your screen all the way to 15th. And that is your current owner's points. We'll show you the rest of them right here. That's 6th through 32nd owner points right there. So a battle all year round for the owners, for the most valuable driver, for the team, for the rookie of the year. And it's great. We get these graphics to show all our viewers here as we get ready to go back green here in the Irwindale 333. It's Austin Edwards now. And the 57 of Matt Bear Sr. to his outside. As we are going to go back green here. This will be the 3rd restart of this race. Green flag back in the air here at Irwindale. Fresh Hoosier tires for all these guys up front. It's Edwards back out point. Matt Bear Sr. Oh, there goes the 12. The 12 car, oh, all bent out of shape. Man, you saw that 12 go all the way to the wall. Adam Gilliot, man, he is on that outside in the 11th position, riding, rim riding almost. Man, he is making it stick, though. That is some great driving here by the 12. Man, look at him go. A bullet right now here is the 12. Back up front, it is Edwards and Bear. Martin third, Rex fourth, Ryan Seams fifth. So the 12 car of Gilead has to be a lap down because he is not being scored in the third position by any means. The 45, that is Travis Sukup. He is not on the lead lap as well. You'll see it on top. It's Edwards, Bear, Martin, Rex, Seams, Lawrence, Root, Mekis, Mogard. They're your top 9. After that, it's Gilead in the 12, fighting for the lucky dog. Sukup as well. Johnson, Patrick, they're all lap down. Campbell, Roca, Sailor, they're all 2 laps down. Godino's 3, Andrews 4, Seams way off, 18 laps down. Seams, the other Seams 31. Pelter's out, so is Hendry. So that is your leaderboard here tonight, your 22 driver field here in the Web Shop Series. This is the Irwindale 333 brought to you by Admin Box. PGR eSports on the call here tonight. I am Michael Triscaro and want to thank all the viewers we have had here tonight. Tanya Gleason out in the chat, cheering for Go Flying, Ryan and Seams team. Danielle Sargent as well. Let's go Joe Campbell and Bussin at the Seams. So a lot of them cheering for the Seams boys here tonight. Ryan Seams, he's their best shot here tonight in the 5th position right now. In the 131. Trying to track down the leaders here in the top 5. We'll see if we could bring up his driver dashboard here and check out that speed in the bottom right hand of your corner. We also have the weather here. 7-mile-an-hour wind. It's only 71 degrees out. Track temp 80. The track is not all that hot. We are clear skies here. As we watch Ryan Seams navigate this half-a-mile Irwindale outer oval. And in real life, unfortunately, permanently closed Irwindale Speedway. And not something you want to see. A local short track to those out in California. And, man, it's a bummer when these things close. There's a lot of people race there growing up with their family, going with the family and friends. And it becomes a lifestyle. And unfortunately, out in the real Irwindale Speedway, permanently closed. But here, luckily, any driver that wants to still experience it, they can come here on the virtual Irwindale Speedway on iRacing and get their fix. And it's been a great race here tonight. See Kyle Martin right there navigating the lap car in the 10. Man, sparks flying from the back of him, and that 12 is fighting for the lucky dog. That's why you see, ooh, and he is going to get into the back of him. Not too happy with the 12 is the 10. And, man, we'll have to see the 12 if he gives him that spot. Man, the 10 was fast. And there comes a crossover move by the 12. 12 back to the inside of the 10. And this is where all the action is on the track right now. That 10 is not happy. He might turn the 12 back into the rear bumper. Again, another crossover move. This time for the 10. This is some awesome short track racing here for both the 10 and the 12. The 12 just fighting for the lucky dog. The 10 not giving an inch as the 10 in third place, wanting to get to the front. Ooh, we have some more beating and banging farther back. That is the 39. So the 39 there of Jimmy Johnson, he's also fighting for the lucky dog. So the fight is on for the lucky dog if we get a caution. I mean, this is action-packed racing here. As we get close to 100 laps to go here in just 13 laps from now. And wow, everybody here on the edge of their seats for that one. And that's what you come here to see on the short track, is some hard racing. And man, it was hard racing there. But the 10 right now has some clear sailing in front, but got a little bit of ways to go to get there. So right now, Austin Edwards leads, but not a big lead right here. Just 0.4 of a second back to Matt Bear Sr. And Matt Bear right now coming into his own here late in this one. And you see JT pressure washing on the side of that car. But right now, Edwards still dialed in on his racing line. And we'll see if Bear Sr. or anyone else has enough to get not only to the back of the 18, but make a pass, because it's one thing getting there and it's another to make that pass. We've seen some crossover moves here tonight, and they do work, but you're really going to have to send it in hard to make that pass. We'll take a race break here when we get to lap 233. When we have 100 to go, we'll take our third race break of the night. We hope all you viewers stay with us, as this one is far from over. We have had a couple yellows here. These drivers have been doing a really good job of not wrecking here tonight. A very, very clean race, but we'll have to see what the end will give us. Jared Mogard, we've talked a lot about him. He's being scored in the 7th position now. We'll see what his late strategy is, if he keeps his same stance and staying out as long as possible and possibly drawing a caution, which would cycle him up to the lead. Lawrence right now being scored in 6th, still trying to catch the top 5 of Steven Rex. Rex was your leader before the last caution. You see that damage on the front left is what is hurting his speed right now. And we saw that shot from his cockpit live during that last caution. And just, man, that was a tough break for the 70. And that's got to be holding him back right now. He cannot be happy. But right now, the race right now, the 131, Ryan Seams, they've been cheering for him in this chat. Here he comes to the back bumper of the lap down car, the 12. Travis Suckup as well. These are lap down cars. So we'll see if the 131 can get through. You know, they're all fighting for lucky dogs here tonight, so they don't have to move over. They are waiting for a caution and trying to get back on that lead lap. So no fault to them here for racing these leaders hard as they possibly can. But back up front, it's still Edwards increasing his lead a little bit. 0.68 seconds. Back to Bear. See Martin about a second and a half back. Seems 4. Rex 4 as well. Lawrence 4.8. Mogard 8.9. Mekis 9.3. Route 9.6. And then we get to the lap car down of Jimmy Johnson being scored in 10th. So 9 cars on the lead pack. We will take our race break right now, and we will send you to that with Austin Edwards in the lead here at Irwindale. Back here at Irwindale Speedway, you see Gerard Lawrence is on board. He is fighting for the 5th position with the 70 of Steven Rex underneath him here in exit of turn number 2. The 70 has the edge as Lawrence now trying to crossover move. Man, action is heating up here for that 5th position. Rex doing a good job of holding that for now. Lawrence going to fall back just a little bit. They've been battling these lap cars off and on in the 45 and the 12. They are not giving up the ship here as they are racing for the lucky dog. So it has been a heck of a battle here, not just between Rex and Lawrence for the 5th position, but the 45 as well in Sukup and the 12 of Gilead tonight. And Jimmy Johnson as well. He's in the 39 machine. He's actually ahead of both of them, so we'll have to see how this shapes up if we do get a caution. I am your host here tonight as we are getting closer and closer to the end of this one. This being the Irwindale 333 from Irwindale Speedway here in California. Lap now 246 of 333. You see some 3-wide racing right there as you got one fan to the bottom. We'll go up to your race leader. That's still going to be the man of the race. It is Austin Edwards, putting on a clinic here tonight from Brentwood, California. He is the 2022 XCAL champion and the winningest all-time driver here in the series. Kyle Martin now being scored in 2nd, and that is the big difference. After our break, he was able to get around Matt Baer, now just 2 seconds behind your race leader, Edwards. Kyle Martin doing a great job piloting this 10 machine around this half-mile racetrack. Here he is looking for more tonight as we get close to 250 laps. It'll be 83 laps to go, and they're going to tick off pretty fast. Only 2 cautions so far here tonight. These drivers have been racing super clean. We've seen some awesome slide jobs. Matt Baer Sr. now back to the 3rd position. Ryan Seams, though, in the 131, he's coming. Cracked the top 5, now up to 4th. Steven Rex, he was leading a little bit earlier before the last caution. As you see that damage, just an innocent bystander in the 70. He is 5th. Gerard Lawrence now in the 6th position, looking for some more, as is Jared Mogard. You'll see him stay out as long as possible. I'm not quite sure they'll all be able to go. I do not think they'll be able to go all the way to the checkered flag. So the stops will be the money stops when we get to him. Brent Meckes a little bit farther behind Mogard here. He is in 8th. Jimmy Johnson, I know he is a lap down, and he is being scored in 9th. And Gilead, he is rounding out your top 10, also a lap down, fighting hard with the 45 of Sukup right now. So, man, the race is on. It's been a great one. I'm ecstatic to call it here tonight, and I am still on the edge of my seat because I don't think this one is near over right now, even with Edwards out to a 2.7 second lead. It is racing, and that's why we race. You just never know. Meckes right now being scored as the last car on the lead lap in the 8th position, so 8 cars on the lead lap. He's going to have to dig hard, though. It takes about 19 seconds to get around this one. He's, about 6 seconds back from going a lap down. So we'll see if he can stay on this lead lap. Mogard as well. We go back up front. It is all Edwards. Back to Kyle Martin now. Kyle Martin needing to pick it up just a little bit if he's going to have anything for the 18 here tonight. About 3 seconds behind now is the 10 car, and just out front of 3rd place, Matt Baer. So, yeah, it has been a good one here in Irwindale Speedway. The weather has been perfect. The sold-out crowd here on the outer oval. As you see all these drivers digging hard on the backstretch. Caution out. Caution flag is out. Steven Seams brings out the yellow as he jumps to pit lane. The 3rd caution is out. The pace truck is back on the track, and that changes everything. Caution out for Seams. That is Steven Seams. We're going to slow it down for you. You see Steven Seams there in the 99. This is our replay of the race. This brings out the third caution of the night. Battling here with the 24 car. The 24 car going to come all the way up the track and get in to the left rear of Seams and turn him. So the Roca, a mistake there. Seems heavy on the brakes as he slides his car on the racing surface, which brings out the third yellow of the night and backs it up into the wall, so damage to the rear end of the 99. Can't be happy with that one. I mean, he's running all the way at the wall as Roca in the 24 comes up the racetrack. And, man, tough break there for Seams. As all of these cars down pit lane. And we'll see who beats him off. There comes the 8, the 66. Here comes your race leader. So I'll tell you what. Everything changed with that caution strategy now. A big difference here on pit lane. We'll update you with the live scoring here in just a second. Here comes the 63 waiting a little bit here on pit lane. That is Joe Campbell firing off here. So everything changes now here at Irwindale. 260 laps in, 73 more to go. Austin Edwards still in the lead. Matt Bear Sr. second. Jimmy Johnson third. Kyle Martin fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is Steven Rex. And we will go back green here with the 18 and 57 doing battle. And yeah, it's unfortunate, like we said there, for the 99 of Steven Seams. But nothing to his fault. I mean, he's running at the wall of the racetrack, and Roca probably wants that one back. I would assume a penalty there for Roca. If we do get 10 laps, once we get to 10 laps to go in this one, there will not be a caution thrown. We will race it out here at Irwindale. It's been a great race so far, and action should only be picking up now that we bunched this field back together. As the green flag is set to come back out here at Irwindale, we're racing side by side, the 18 and the 57 off into turn 1. Here is the 39, Jimmy Johnson now. He is back, and he has a shot at this one. Here's the 10 of Kyle Martin as well. So these guys who were racing, the 39 machine of Jimmy Johnson a lap down, he's back on the lead lap. He's fighting some more. Here's the 10. Here comes the 70 again. That is Steven Rex. He wants to get back up to the front. Race on right now. It is, full steam ahead to the end of this one. No more time to waste. You got to save some tire, but you got to be on it now. You see the 57 there. Not even a car length to the 18th. If he gets to his back bumper, will he move him out of the way? That's going to be the question. Because it's been hard. He's going to get a little bit of draft. Almost make it 3 wide there between 18, 57 and 63, who is not on the lead lap. And really good shots here from the Goodyear blimp. But the 18's doing what he has done all night long, and that is staying out front. And nothing is phasing this guy here tonight. An excellent job putting on a master class. But Matt Bear Sr. is there. He is reeling, as now does Kyle Martin. Steven Rex is going to be a little bit farther back in the 4th position. Jimmy Johnson as well now on the lead lap. Ryan Seams under him. And Lawrence as well. Man, these guys have been around each other all night long. Mogard just seems like a tick off tonight. We have a wreck here. Caution is going to fly yet again. It's Jimmy Johnson, the 99 of Steven Seams into the wall. And cautions are going to breed cautions, especially late in the race. There comes the 8 machine of Jeremy Root. And the yellow flag back out. So the 4th caution of the night. And I'll tell you what's going to happen up front here with the 63. I'm going to run that back. I believe that's a lap car down to Joe Campbell. And watch Joe Campbell here. This is real time. And he's going to overturn the car there. The back end's going to kick out. Oh, he's going to snap back onto the racetrack. Joe Campbell, a big slide. And he's going to overcorrect and go right back up. You see his wheels turning right. It's going to snap that left side back around up the racetrack. Oh, and a tough break again for the 70 machine of Rex. Oh, no. Steven Rex just can't buy a break here. There's the 99 involved, the 39 as well. Heavy damage to the front end of all of them. And man, I feel for Rex here tonight. He had a car capable of winning this thing, and the last 2 cautions have bit him. And that might end any chances the 70 had here tonight at a victory. And we'll see if we can get cockpit view here of Joe Campbell. Yeah, he's just heavy on that wheel there. And as no, once he hit those marbles, came right back up the racetrack. Apologies for covering his wheel input there. We'll get another shot of it right here. And that's where he started losing it. Fighting that wheel hard, and it's going to snap back off that rubber, back up the track into the 70. Ooh, almost gets the 70 airborne there. And a tough break again for Rex. Edwards up here still leading. It'll be another restart here. Kyle Martin now will be starting 2nd. Mogard now up to 3rd. Strategies and pit stops, taking tires. Man, it's all going to change maybe the outcome of this race here tonight, as the pace car lights are still up here on that truck. Mogard now in contention. Ryan Seams, Matt Bear Sr. back to 5th. Brent Meckes in 6th. Adam Gilliott, he's coming off pit lane. He's in your top 10. So, yeah, business is going to pick up yet again. We will go green with at lap 275. Getting closer and closer, but it's going to take longer and longer if we keep getting yellows here late. Pace truck lights are out. He's back on the pit lane. And here come the street stocks back. Outside turn number 4. The green flag back in the air here at Irwindale. Yeah, the 10's battling hard on the outside. Not sure it's going to be enough. Here comes the 00, but the 10 has a lot of speed off the turn onto the backstretch. Now almost to the back bumper of the 18. Oh, he almost turns him. Wow, the 10 doing a great job, but there he goes. Gets super loose. That's going to open up the door for Mogard now. Man, the 10 really pushed it there. He had an opportunity. Did not end up turning Edwards. Probably too early for a turn. And now Mogard up and under the 10. As the 10 goes back around, here comes the 31 of Seams. And Seams trying to get back into this. Mogard as well. Here's the 57. The race is on for 2nd right now, as Edwards is loving what he's seeing in his rear view mirror. Some awesome racing here for 2nd. third, fourth, and fifth. You see them here all in your screen. Here goes the 57 falling. The 10 back down the track. This is the action all on the track. Here goes the 131. Will he get around the 00 of Mogard? Seems, looks like he might make the pass. Can he make it stick? Side by side. Here goes the 57. 3 wide at Irwindale. Some awesome racing here. They're all racing hard. No inches given. The 131 now around the 57. He takes Seams now to third. Here comes the 57 of Bear Senior. Mogard now to the top, trying to find some more speed on the top of the racetrack. This is some awesome racing. Seams right now still not holding off the 57. The 10's got to be liking this a little bit as well, as he is in a little bit cleaner air. The 131 gets a little loose. Back down to the bottom is Matt Bear Sr., and this is a great shot from the Goodyear blimp. Edwards now building more than a half a second lead on Martin. Back to Bear about 1.1. Seems fighting hard back. Let's see if he can make the pass. Mogard, he's not going away. All the way to the third groove here. He's looking for a crossover. Maybe here in the turn he's going to think better of it. Stay on the top. 57 all the way down to that white line. Action-packed racing. Wow, here comes the 9. Unfortunately, Mike Saylor, he is a lap down or two. He's going to stay that way. So right now, still battling here for that third position. Matt Bear Sr., though, checking out a little bit. Mogard now gets around Seams. So it looks like everything is settling just a little bit. Here is the lead right here for Edwards. It's about 0.6 seconds back to the 10 of Kyle Martin. Don't go anywhere. We saw the last caution bring all these cars back together, different pit strategies and all, and you don't want to leave. Just because Edwards has been the class of tonight's field, I'll tell you what, that 10 almost got to his rear bumper after that restart. Thought about maybe doing the bump and run, thought better of it. Raced clean there, and Edwards still hoping and praying this thing probably just goes green. That would be in his best interest at this point, and to try to get the victory lane here at Irwindale, as Kyle Martin now has a rear view mirror full of the 57 of Matt Bear, as slowly but surely Bear is getting there. He is right now a car length behind the 10. And while we have a 10, you can see his front hood carrying one of the sponsors of this race. And that is Tri-E. Tri-E Cooler Crew. We'll see if that Cooler Crew can get to victory lane, get out a cooler, and crack some fresh cold ones here tonight. Racing very hard here for that second position. Mogard now a little bit farther on back to Ryan Seams as well. 9 cars a lap down. Gerard fighting hard here with the lap car down. Brett Meckes here in the 66, and he's got a mirrorful of the 12 of Gilliatt. Man, he's been aggressive trying to get back to the front of this one. Back up front, it is Edwards. And we'll take a lap around this half-mile speedway with Edwards. We'll see just how fast it is. And for a short track, not too much banking there in the turn. That spot of that turn right there. Right back to that wall. And he is putting on a master class. Here is Bear. This is what he sees from his nose. Trying hard every single lap to find a line capable of getting closer to him. But here's Kyle Martin now. That's the race right now, side by side. Martin, Bear Sr., side by side into the turn. The 10's got the advantage here on the bottom, but the 57's going to get the drive off. Oh, and he turns him. The 10 turns the 57. Is caution going to fly? It's not. He's gathered it. Kyle Martin spins Bear Sr. Wow, and I'll tell you what, we have been lucky all night long. We have practically caught all of the action on this track in real time. Unbelievable. Bear Senior now. He is dropping back to 7th. He's got it back up on this racetrack. He cannot be happy right now with your second place driver, Kyle Martin. And man, I would expect some payback maybe late in this race if somehow they get back with one another. The 57 driving a great race, and yeah, that was unfortunate there. See if we can find a quick replay of that as Martin passed Bear Senior for second, and here was that pass. We'll show it once again. Down underneath and come up the corner. 10's going to drift up the racetrack, and they're racing really hard here. I mean, we saw the 10 get aggressive earlier with your race leader. And there he is. Yeah, he's going to come up the track too far and turn. The 57. We'll watch it from a different angle. And you could really see here. Yep, 10's just going to come up too far and turn the 57 there. It's going to slow the 10 up and actually give a bigger lead here to your race leader, Edwards. He now leads by almost 2 seconds. As we approach lap number 300 here shortly, we'll have just 33 laps to go when we get there. And now we are in the home stretch. Light at the end of the tunnel for the 18. He is happy we did not get another yellow, as he is now setting sail on this field. And we will crank it up one last time here from Irwindale. Back here at Irwindale Speedway, that was your last crank it up of the night. Your race leader now setting sail and looking for victory lane. It's Austin Edwards, and all Austin Edwards up front. He now leads by 2.3 seconds over Kyle Martin. Jared Mogard now all the way up to the 3rd spot. Ryan Seams 4th. Rounding out your current top 5 is Matt Bear Sr., who was spun by Kyle Martin just laps ago. Right now, though, Edwards praying there is not another yellow flag from the flag stand here in California. He's from California as well. The winningest all-time XCAL driver, looking to get it done again tonight. Kyle Martin, though, a little bit farther back. He might be praying for a caution to try to bunch him up one more time. He's not afraid to rub some fenders, as he almost got to the back bumper and ruffled the cage of Austin Edwards earlier. He did it to Matt Bear Sr., and we'll see if Jared Mogard now in third position can get to the back bumper of the 10. Just 25 laps to go. We're going to count them all the way down with you. Admin Box, we appreciate the sponsor here tonight, as well as Tri-E Cooler Crew, J-Dogs as well, and we know ButtKicker always on the XCAL series. We appreciate them as well. So, yeah, here you see Jared Mogard in third, Ryan Seams in the 131 in fourth, and we talked about him getting spun. It's that 57 of Matt Bear Sr. doing all he can to keep Brett Meckes off his rear bumper and stay up in this top 5 here, as we now 23 laps to go here at Irwindale, here on the PGR eSports Network. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Drop a line in the chat. And do not leave us. We are coming down to the end here. And they're going to tick off fast. Edwards leads Martin. Mogard third. Seams fourth. Bear in fifth. Meckes sixth. Lawrence in seventh. Gilliatt in eighth. And those are all the cars on the lead lap. Sukup, 1 lap down. He's looking for the lucky dog. Everyone else 3 or more laps down, starting with 10th all the way back to the 22nd position. We only have 15 cars currently on the track. 16 Rex is on pit road. 17th through 22nd, all those drivers out of this race. So the track's a little bit more clear to navigate for Austin Edwards. Not much lap traffic in front of him. Here is Martin still battling with Jared Mogard. Mogard seems like he's a little bit quicker right now. We'll see if he can make the pass. That is the action right now here that's on the lead lap. The 00 there. He has had a great run here tonight. Kyle Martin, it looks like, up 8 spots since the last restart. Doing a great job as well. So we'll see how this one shapes out. Right now, though, it's a 2-second lead for your leader. But if we get that yellow, it's all bets are off on that last restart. So we'll have to see if these guys can keep it green to the end. We've had a relatively clean race. I think 4 or 5 cautions here tonight. So thanks for the drivers putting on a show. I'm glad we were able to bring you the most valuable drivers standings, as well as the owners, team, and rookie of the year. And those will all be getting updated this week. Ryan Seams now, he's comfortably in the 4th position. And Bear Sr. is still trying to hold off Brent Meckes for that 5th and final spot in the top 5. And I'll tell you what, Gerard Lawrence, he has been creeping on that top 5 all night long in the 27 Mind Warp design. Beautiful looking street stock there in the teal, black, and gold numbers. He's trying hard here to get to the 66 and around. Godino making a great charge too into the top 10, as is Travis Sukup. So Godina here trying to finish in the top 10, driving for Flamant Karma Racing, full-time driver here in the XCAL series. Sean Patrick wanting that top 10, going to try to reel Godina in if possible. Back to the battle here for the 2nd position. Mogard using that middle lane, come off the corner here, get to that top in the wake of the 10, but just can't seem to get any closer to the rear bumper of the 10. Just 13. Well, now 12 laps to go in this one, as your leader Austin Edwards on a mission here to get the job done and get to victory lane and get another win and set himself far ahead of everyone else as the winningest all-time driver here in XCAL. We want to thank all the sponsors, PGR eSports Network, XCAL for having us, Irwindale Speedway here in California, everybody here in the chat that is watching this race here tonight. As Austin Edwards putting on a masterclass, 10 laps to go. We'll see the battle for second again. Kyle Martin, though, doing a great job here holding off Mogard. One more time, a high above this speedway. Couple cars on pit lane, everybody else here. Counting them down, 9 laps to go now. From Irwindale, we'll stay here a little bit later. We'll try to get the top 3 up here and interviewed in the broadcast booth. So stick around after the checkered flag here tonight. As Edwards all the way down to the yellow, all the way back up to the wall of this racetrack, past the start-finish line again. 7 laps to go. He's going to hit the white line here. He's ran this line almost all night long. Back to the wall he goes. You'll see him go back down all the way to the yellow line, to that flat spot, the shortest way around this half-mile speedway. Back to the wall again, and he is hitting his marks and set and sail. Kyle Martin still not over yet. The battle for second still on with Jared Mogard. That's the battle on the track. Ryan Seams, though, here's another battle for the 4th spot. That's the 57. Working there on the bottom. You see these guys working real hard, working those wheels, and that's for the 4th spot. Bears just ahead of the 131. Can he hold it? 5 laps to go. Mecca's just kind of waiting to see what those guys do, to see if he can make a spot here. If they get into one another, 4 laps to go. They are racing hard. Mogart here still can't get closer to the 10. Everything these drivers can do, they're trying to throw everything at it. Seems with the crossover move. Here's the race for 4th. They're side by side. Ooh, the 57 loose. Tell you what, this could bring out a caution. They're fighting hard. Back to the back bumper, the 131. Crossover move again. That's going to bring Mekis back into this. This is the battle for 4th place, and it's heating up almost 3 wide. We'll stay right here. 2 laps to go. Man, I'll tell you what, Austin Edwards doesn't even want to know what's happening back here, but we'll take you up to him. Here is your race leader. He's trying to get to the white flag. He does. Final lap. Race is going to be official. Austin Edwards, unless he makes the mistake of the century, he's going to drive back to victory lane here and add to the winningest all-time driver. Outside of turn number 4, it's Austin Edwards here at Irwindale grabbing the victory. Kyle Martin 2nd, Mogard 3rd. It's going to be Bear Sr. in 4th. So Bear Sr. is going to win that battle with Brent Mekis, who's actually able to get that 5th spot there from Ryan Seams. So an awesome race there for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Austin Edwards here, though, your race winner. Burning them down here for the fans on the front stretch. And what a night it was. And there's the 57 and the 10. Oh, that's the action right there on the track. Matt Bear Sr. not happy with the 10. And I wonder if there's anything that we can go back to and see exactly what that was all about. But here it is in real time. Yep, 57 showing his displeasure for the 10 and puts his door right on his door. And I'll tell you what, we're in real life. Those two are getting out of that car, and we're going to fist right there because the 10 hooks the 57 for the 2nd spot. And yep, I knew he wasn't going to be happy after this one. And there it was, the 57 of Bear Sr. showing that displeasure out on the racetrack. But your winner here tonight, the 18 of Austin Edwards. We'll see if we can get a word with your top 3 here. It's Austin Edwards, Kyle Martin, Jared Mogard. And we're going to bring our third place finisher into the booth. It's the 00, Jared Mogard. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, you started farther in the back here tonight. We saw you in the first parts of this race, kind of picking everyone off. You're a good tire saver, making your way through the field. I don't know if you used a little bit of strategy on the pit stops, but once you got, in that top 10, it was then about getting to the top 5. And once you did, you used some strategy at the end. You got into that top 3. You're battling really hard there with the 10. Did you have anything for the 10 there to get the second? Or was third place kind of the car speed you had tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we got lucky there when I took that wave around when I was a lap down. I stayed out, got the wave. I got back on the lead lap, and then fuel wise, we weren't in a good spot, but we got lucky there and got a yellow right, right, literally last second, so that helped. And then from there, really, it was just hammer down. We were all inside our window, so we could make it to the end. Didn't have to worry about it or anything, and then just ran. I felt like I had a good car. It's just these races you got to save fuel, so it's kind of what we did. Just hung around that 10th to 8th place or whatever there, and so yeah. Once it was go time, we went to the front there and felt really good. I was definitely faster than the 10, but I couldn't get the run off of 2 good enough to really do anything with them there in 3, and I wasn't going to move them out of the way for the win. We raced pretty good this year, so I didn't feel like that was a smart decision going forward for the rest of the year to move them for a second when we were both in the top 3, had good finishes, so it worked out pretty good.
Well, it sure did. A third place podium finish for you here tonight. Before we let you go, Jared, anyone you want to thank and or shout out?
Yeah, it feels good to keep the momentum going, so I just got to thank Twitchy Race Reports, and then the web shop, of course, ButtKicker, Flame and Karma Paint Shops, Tri Cooler Crew, Sim Racer Hub, and Aaron and everybody else for putting on this deal, and then you guys for doing the broadcast tonight. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. Hopefully it was a good show, and I'll be back in 3 weeks. I'm gonna be gone for Auto Club, but looking forward to getting back.
All right, well, we'll hope to see you then. Until then, have a good time and go celebrate that third place finish. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was your third place finisher, Jared Mogard. And we're going to talk to the man in second now. That's Kyle Martin from Southington, Connecticut in the 10 machine. Kyle, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, you got a copy, but I'll tell you what, that 57 machine, not too thrilled with you after the race. We saw some after race festivities there here on the front stretch. Walk us through, he was up near the wall there riding late in the race. Looks like he came up the racetrack just a little bit, got into his left rear quarter panel there, and unfortunately spun on. Might have not been intentional, but walk us through what happened there on the backstretch.
Yeah, the XCAL Racing Web Shop puts on a really good show, and I screwed up right there. Matt's a really clean racer. I really hate to do stupid things around him. He lets me go every time. He just had a conversation with me about this, and I just screwed up. I burnt the rears right off of it on the opening, whatever that was, 15 laps before he got to me, and I was just trying to salvage, second, third, whatever I could. And I crossed him over, and I got a nice little 4-wheel slide going and just washed right up into his left rear and took him out. Didn't mean to. Apologized to him, but, I would feel for him in the same spot that, I put him in. He still came back for 4th, so congrats to him. But, man, I feel bad. I didn't mean to do that to him.
Well, you showed some respect here in the interview, and that goes a long way on the track in the future. But you did come through here with a second-place finish, so that has to feel good. What could you possibly have done differently? That 18 was the class of the field all night long. It was just a little too late, or was just not enough speed to get to the 18 here tonight?
Yeah, no, that 18, he's got like extra fuel cell on there. I don't know. He's got the gas tank or the gas line wrapped around the fuel or the roll cage in that thing. He's got so much more gas than the rest of us. But he was real fast. I knew on the one of the last restarts there, whenever I started second, I had about 3 corners of a shot at him, and I had too much air in the right rear, and man, that thing burnt the rears right off. And after that happened, it was home sweet home. I was going right to the back, but appreciate Jared for not moving me there at the end too. So gotta love the clean racing between Jared, Austin, Matt. Sorry for Matt though. That I really do feel unfortunate for him. Wrecking out like that.
Well, absolutely, Kyle. Well, great job here tonight, finishing second. Go celebrate that. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank and/or shout out?
Yeah, I gotta thank the XCAL Racing Web Shop for putting on this marvelous event, and all the contingency sponsors that go along with it. Admin Box, Sim Racer Hub, J-Dog Seams, Carpentry, Mobile Pressure Washing. Gotta thank some of my own sponsors on the car: Victory Fuel, West Coast Sim Sports, Hardy Designs, Down South Apparel, JR Button Boxes, and obviously Warlord Designs for this nice, beautiful pink hot rod that you can see from the International Space Station.
Yes, we can. That thing's beautiful, Kyle. But yeah, go celebrate this with your team. Hope to see you in victory lane in the future here in the XCAL series.
Yes, thank you.
That was your runner-up tonight, Kyle Martin. But the man of the hour is going to be Austin Edwards in the 18. We were able to get an interview with him pre-race tonight. Here we have in victory lane. It's Austin the Debt Collector Edwards from Brentwood, California, the winningest all-time driver in XCAL. You got a copy?
Yes, Michael, I got you.
Well, I'll tell you what, we heard you might have some extra fuel than everyone else in that thing. That's the joke going around here at XCAL on the track tonight. But I think it's just the driver behind the wheel, saving fuel, saving tires, and being the class of the field here tonight. Man, just walk us through your race, start to finish, because honestly, you led practically the whole time tonight, and you were no match to anyone here on the racetrack.
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, Michael, these guys they're some good drivers, and they're constantly learning different ways, different strategies, and just it all depends on obviously how the yellows come out. But a lot of these guys this season have been a lot better at saving fuel, which used to be an upper hand I would have on the field. So I've had to get very creative in a way to save more fuel myself to keep that upper hand, because it was a big deal for these long races in the street stocks. So it's taken a lot of work, a lot of practice to get up to where we are, but being able to save as much as we do and keep the pace has been really good. But even aside from the fuel mileage, we had a really good car. Had ridiculous speed on the long runs. I'm sure you were able to see we pulled a couple seconds on the guys out back in the last few laps there. But it's taken a lot of work to get here. Irwindale is one of my good tracks, as was last week. So we're looking at 3 wins for this year. Pretty good stuff. But I mean, as you guys saw earlier this season, that was one-upped by Jared, by Travis. These guys are good. They keep on learning, and just a matter of time before I got to figure something else out to keep the upper hand. So it's a really good night. Kept the car clean, a lot cleaner than most of these guys. So we're looking good going into the rest of the year. We got some big tracks coming up in a road course, so going to shake things up a bit. We're excited to see what happens.
Absolutely. And another question, too. We see her from California. I'm not familiar with Brentwood or where exactly Irwindale is, but any chance you were ever at Irwindale Speedway before it closed?
So actually, yes, I have raced on Irwindale. Irwindale was about a half hour from my hometown where I grew up for the first 15 years of my life. I've ran a number of cars like Bandoleros, mini stocks, and tour trucks out on the half mile here. So I have had a few laps here in real life. Not much, just a couple of quick weekends here and there. But yes, I definitely had the home track advantage here tonight. So it was heartbreaking to see this place get torn down, but that seems to be what's happened to a lot of California tracks. So I'm going to travel elsewhere, and hopefully we can keep racing alive. But in the meantime, we're going to enjoy Irwindale while we can here on the virtual version.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about iRacing. I was talking about, the track goes away in real life, but it comes to life here on iRacing. But, Austin, you got the job done here tonight, and another win in your belt here in the XCAL series. Congrats to you and your team. Hopefully you guys have a good night of celebration. But before we let you go, anyone you want to thank and or shout out tonight?
As always, a big thanks to Jason for letting me drive for him this season. You could ask him the same thing. I was a bit on the verge of not running this full season here, but it's been a blast to get to run with these guys again. Big thanks to my team for helping me out, getting these cars dialed in every week. You guys up in the broadcast booth putting on the show, and XCAL Racing for doing what they do. And looking forward to next week.
All right, as we are, we're going to try to definitely get back up here broadcasting for you guys as many times as we can. It's a great group of drivers. We wish you luck the rest of the season. Hopefully talk to you down the road here.
Thank you, Michael.
That was your race winner here tonight. He took the checkered flag at Irwindale, and that is some pretty cool stuff right there. You heard him say he's had some real life reps here at Irwindale Speedway. Was sad to see it torn down in real life, but Austin Edwards used that to his advantage tonight to get the win here on the PGR eSports Network for the Web Shop Series here in 2025. He is your current winningest all-time XCAL driver, and man, the class of the field, fast from start to finish, it's Austin Edwards. And we will bring up the rest of the race results right here on your screen. It's Austin Edwards, your winner. Kyle Martin, second. Jared Mogart, a great drive, third. Matt Bears, senior, not too happy with Martin. He took fourth. Brett Meckes, fifth. Ryan Seams, sixth. Gerard Lawrence, seventh. Adam Gilliott, eighth. Travis Suckup, ninth. And rounding out your top 10, Jose Gadino. Sean Patrick finishes in 11th tonight. Sean Andrews, 12th. J-Dog Seams, 13th. Michael Saylor, 14th. Jimmy Johnson, no relation to the 7-time Jimmy Johnson, 15th. Stephen Rex, 16th. Jeremy Root, 17th. Steven Seams in 18th. In 19th here tonight, Matt Pelletier. 20th, Arthur Hendren. 21st, Joe Campbell. And rounding out your 22-car field, Cristiano Roca. So that is where we stand here at the end of this one, as Austin Edwards was burning them down here at Irwindale Speedway in sunny California. And that was a good one here under the 2025 XCAL Racing Web Shop Series banner. It was the Irwindale 333. It's now in the history books, as Austin Edwards, you see earlier, they're burning them down for the fans here at Irwindale. For myself here, Michael Triscaro at PGR eSports, we are signing off, and we'll see you next time here at XCAL.